Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about the Phillies signing Matt Moore for a 1 year, $3 million deal. So far, what my thoughts on it is it's a low risk, high reward. Most Phillies fans really don't like it for some reason because he's only 31 years old, and he only played one season in the Nippon Professional Baseball for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Their 2020 season, he had a 6-3 record with a 2.65 ERA in Japan. Now, uh, for me, I think the Phillies could. I mean, I like it based on the fact that they hadn't had a decent like a decent left hander in the rotation, because it's like because the last time we had a lefty was Cole Hamels during their. No, it's been years since we had actually had a left-handed starter in the rotation. So the way I see it is because he could be like you could slide him in the 4 or 5 spot in the rotation, along behind Nola, Wheeler, and Eflin for the first 3 spots. Maybe you could put Spencer Howard either at the 4, or you could put Matt Moore in the 4 spot and Howard at 5. So I was, and that's the thing too. As Philly sports fans, we have for some reason have some an absurd amount of expectations or standards, basically, because it's like some Philly sports fans, they're so thin skinned at times, because it's like it just makes us look bad as for fans of as a fan base, not say in general, but the way that how we show it. Like, even because we're kind of we love for example, like when we like because we have a football mentality when it comes to the Phillies, the Flyers, the Sixers, or even the Union for that matter. Now, with that being said, I'm interested to see how he does, especially with the new pitching coach in Caleb Cotham. If he can replicate what he did in his he's a one-time All-Star. He was ninth in the Cy Young voting. And I mean, 31 is not that old. In It's for most people, it would be in their prime, almost be entering the prime of the careers. But in Matt Moore's case, he had some injuries over the years, which I think that kind of turned off a lot of people about it. Like, I mean, he has a career WAR of 5.1. If you don't know what WAR is, it's how valuable a player is to a team. So I don't know how to describe how a 5.1 WAR would apply to how good he was. I mean, despite the fact he has a career win loss record of 54-56 with a 4.51 career ERA, I I don't know why people will be turned off about it, because you know it's easy. I mean, people have to realize we have to. I mean, look, he could be a decent starter in the 4 or 5 spot, like I said, but it's just I mean, it blows my mind to see how turned off most Philly sports fans are. But but that's not even. I mean, that's like a small certain group of people like a group like myself. I think it would help the Phillies in a certain sense, because, like I said, we didn't have a decent left-hander since Cole Hamels. You know, I see, the thing about it is, it's after we signed JT, and now we just re-signed DD. I'll talk about that in the next video. But once we got those two back and added, and then, because we don't know, we kind of know we're not done yet I'm because I have faith in Dombrowski. I think most Phillies fans would agree with that. You know what I mean? I it's just look. I love the Phillies as much as more than anybody, or just the Philly fan sports in general. Minus the Union because I'm going to have to do a little bit of knowledge on that, but like I mean, you can't go wrong with Matt Moore, despite the fact, yeah, he had like some injuries, and he's in his early 30s. It's like we had Cole Hamels at the almost at the back end of his career in 20, like especially in 2015. Like you and it just annoys me to the point where how bad people would like to trash talk. I mean, that's kind of who we are as a fan base. We love to trash talk, but then like Don Brown, I think Don Browski knows how to. I mean, he pitched. I because Matt Moore did pitch for the Tigers and during his career, but I don't know. I don't know. That's like some familiarity with Dombrowski, despite the fact he had built a couple. A couple of World Series teams, like the '97 Marlins or the oh 06. I mean, the '06 Tigers were kind of like a stacked powerhouse at that point period in time. So, like I was saying, I really don't understand why people would be turned off by it. It really doesn't for me. It doesn't make sense to why people would be turned off about it because for me, as a pitcher myself, like I would, like I said, it's a low risk, high reward for of a pitcher of his stat or caliber, despite the fact having injuries and whatnot. Like if Caleb Cotham could help out, especially him, Matt Moore, and Howard, I think we have a decent rotation. We have Nola 1, Wheeler 2. I think Eflin, and I don't know, some might disagree that he should be a 4 or 5. For me, I see him as a 3 based on what he's done, especially from last season. I mean, he's shown to be a number 3 guy in the rotation. For me, I would see a Howard 5 and have Matt Moore in the 4 spot because he has the most experience out of that rotation. And he's been along with Zach Wheeler, so they're both like veteran guys. So it's like now another thing that brings me onto the bullpen. For example, like we signed Archie Bradley and made a trade with Tampa Bay to get Jose Alvarado for like a no name, like Garrett Clevenger in a 3-team trade. For me and the way I see it, I think that was kind of like a steal. Like we committed like my friends would call it a highway robbery because Jose Alvarado. Let's okay. So with Jose Alvarado, you can get a guy, especially from the left hand side, getting up there in triple digits. Like, see, I prefer him to. Well, I'm not saying because would like because if I were the manager, I would name him my closer because because the thing is, I don't really have much faith in there, and especially with Hector Neris, because it's like when we had oh god, I don't know if most Philly fans would remember Antonio Bastardo at one point in time. It was because it's like he's like one of those relievers that I don't feel like I don't have faith in. Like for example, like I'm not hating on Neris, but I just really don't have faith in him to help close ball games. And now I think now with everybody coming back healthy, I think that could probably make a difference. But I feel like we could use like say 1 or 2 more bullpen pieces and another starter, and then probably get rid of Velasquez or have Cotham figure out something with Velasquez or something like that. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Matt Moore, the signing of Matt Moore, I think it could help, despite the fact it's a low risk, high reward kind of contract. Like most people don't realize. I mean, and this is my little message Philly sportsmen, it's like, stop being so thin-skinned about things. Like, if you don't like the way Phillies are doing, or like any of the franchises are doing, like, okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. But the fact is that you don't like the way the kind of player that they're getting. Like, yeah, you could probably make the argument, yeah, that maybe the injury concern could play a factor into it, but I really don't see that. Um, because it's just like, if you were gonna make a big deal about it, like me, I mean, I'm not hating against like some. I think some like here's the, like really sports fans kind of it's like a love hate relationship kind of thing. Like you know, I apologize for the off the tangency, but like I said, the Matt Morrison I think could help with the Phillies, especially in the rotation, because most of the time we had like it was like a right handed heavy rotation. So now having adding Matt Moore, hopefully add Matt Moore to that rotation will actually would help. So not say tremendously, but be a slight improvement from what we had last season and the season before. But like, other than that, I mean, I'm interested to see how the Phillies are going to be going into the 2021 season, and to see what they're going to do, or to see if Dombrowski can do anything to help bolster their bullpen. See what any other free agent name arms are on the market at this point. But I want to say thank you so much for watching. Um, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I will leave links to my podcast and my buy me a coffee link in the description below if you want to help support this channel and help me grow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys. I'll see you next video.